Yo, what's up? Welcome to another video. And today I'm going to give you my top 5 games of 2024 that at least I played and had a lot of time in. Now, I'm not going to make this video too long. So, this is the order I'm going to do it in, from my least played game to my most played game of this year. Now, this isn't all the games I played this year, just like 5 of them, and I'll give you my honorable mentions at the end of the video. All right, so let's get into it. First game, Marvel Rivals. Oh my gosh, this game, can't really say it came out of nowhere. We've seen it coming, but a lot of people expected this game not to do good for a few reasons. Overwatch wasn't doing so good. The hero shooter genre at the time wasn't really doing too good. And we got Concord. Concord, well, we all know about that game. Only lasted about a week. It did terrible. And everybody said hero shooters, they're not going to do good. But NetEase, Marvel, they came out with a hero shooter and it did good. The numbers for this game, millions of players in the first week. Is I think they announced like 20 million players, 30 million players, some crazy numbers. And looking at the Steam numbers, it's still doing pretty good. It really doesn't have a fall off. Let's talk about the gameplay of this game. The gameplay, yes, it's very similar to Overwatch, but why change anything? You know, the bones of Overwatch are pretty good. People have their complaints about Overwatch 2, which are, you know, right. Most of them. They promised a PvE mode for Overwatch 2. Never got that. They took away 6v6. It's now 5v5. You only have one tank. All this other stuff. It's it it's right to be kind of about Overwatch. It was very disappointing. You know, they just basically a downgrade of Overwatch 1 with a 2 slapped on the name. I just don't get it. So, a lot of people were just, like I said, skeptical on a hero shooter. Like I said, Marvel Rivals proved everyone wrong. Yes, you can have a successful hero shooter, and yes, the Marvel name help it out? Yes, it does. It really does help it out, but that's not the only reason. Like I said, the gameplay is excellent in this game. The the character the character designs look amazing, with the outlines and stuff. They look like comic book characters, but like brought life into a video game. It's really cool, and we can talk about the team up features. Like if you pair certain characters together, they get special abilities. Like Groot and Rocket, you get a special ability. Even Rocket, Punisher, the Winter Soldier, you pair them up. Rocket can give the Punisher and the Winter Soldier unlimited ammo. It's really cool. Like, if there's so many team ups in this game, like I can't praise this game more. I play this game a lot, but my most game. This isn't my most played game of this year because it came out so late. No, this would have came out way earlier. I guarantee you would have had thousands of hours in this game. But no, with that said, I enjoy this game. This game is amazing. And let me know in the comments what you think about this game. But let's go on. Next game, alright, is the ALCD. If you like Path of Exile 2. Man, this game, I have not that much history with the first one. I tried to play it when I first got PC. You know, Coming from console to PC, it's a totally different realm. I wasn't used to mouse and keyboard, and I was expecting the first PoE to play like Diablo 3, because Diablo 4 wasn't out yet. You know, but whatever you have to say about Diablo 3, hate it, like it, love it, whatever. I enjoyed the game, and that was really my first ARPG game that I actually played and played it a lot. My brother introduced me to that game, and I'm so happy for that. I only had about 6, 7 hours in PoE 1. Kind of fell off because I didn't understand the game. Fast forward a couple years later, I heard about Path of Exile 2 coming out. So I was like, maybe I should give Path of Exile 1 another try since I more knowledgeable of PC gaming, ARPGs, and stuff like that. So I gave it another try, and actually, like in a week or something, I put in like 20 something hours. I really started to enjoy the game because I started to understand the game. So I was super excited. Path of Exile 2, man, I seen some of the features that they were changing, some of the innovations they were doing, and I was like, yes, yes. The skill tree, they say they, kind of sprung it back a little bit, kind of condensed it a little bit. It's still pretty big. Skill tree, not that bad. It's just passives, really. You know, you look at it, you think it's overwhelming. You know, Still pretty much the same thing, but this is a more slower paced game than the first one, but you still can get that same gameplay from the first one. I've seen some muck builds that's flying through maps. You can still get it, but this game is a lot harder and stuff. But let's talk about some of the features they changed. They changed skill, the skill system, the gem system. Like in the first one, it was in your armor, so it kind of held you back a little bit if you found a very good stats in your armor, but it didn't have the right gems. Well, it's kind of useless. Now they kind of moved that. The gem system has its own tab. It's not in your armor or anything, so you can really pay attention to your stats, get the stats you want on your armor, and you can build out your skill system, your gems and stuff how you want. It's amazing. The potions. In the first one, you had like three health potions, three mana potions. They like to call it the piano key system. Um, I didn't mind it myself. It kind of threw me off sometimes. I would get killed because of it, but I wouldn't complain if they didn't change it. But Grinding Gear Games, they changed it. Now you only have one health potion, one mana potion, which is awesome. Simplifies it, but you know, it's amazing. I love it. And right now we're in early access. You have to pay $30 at the lowest, and it goes up to like $400 to pay it. But you don't have to pay that. Okay, hear me out. This is only early access, and you don't have that many things. Okay, we only have 3 acts. Then you have like a new game plus that you play those 3 acts again, but harder difficulty, better gear and stuff. Then you go into the end game. Well, when the game fully comes out, it's going to be free to play for everyone on console and PC. So it's going to be more classes, more ascendancies, more maps, uh, more 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 acts to play. It's gonna be a far bigger game when it actually comes out. So if you're kind of hesitant of playing it now and don't want to pay, just wait till the full game comes out, and you're just gonna have a lot more to play. This game is amazing. It just innovated the ARP genre by so much, unlike Diablo 4, that really didn't do much for that genre. I really wanted to love Diablo 4, but I just can't. Path of Exile 2 is just a much better game that pushes the genre further. But anyways, let me know what you think of Path of Exile 2 in the comments. Alright? Now, let's actually get into the next game. Man, this game I've been wanting to play, came out like what? Earlier this year, but I just got a chance to play it a couple months ago, like a month ago or something. But I really wanted to play it, and that is Dragon Dogma 2, which is an amazing game. Man, Capcom just keeps coming out with bangers after bangers, especially this year. Man, this game, I never played the first one. Let me say that. I actually have it downloaded. I bought it downloaded it. I never got a chance to play it. I have so much, I guess, work you can say I have to do, with editing, recording, streaming, and all that. I just didn't get a chance to play it because there's so many games that came out this year. But Dragon Dogma 2 is an amazing game. Now, the systems in the game are different, okay? I would say they are different, you know. Different isn't all bad. Not saying that at all, because I actually love the mechanics and the systems in this game. It makes it, like I said, very unique, you know, with the whole class system, the vocations. Very cool system, Start the game, get to pick a vocation, and later you can pick a different one, and different NPCs that specialize in that vocation, and they can give you special abilities in that vocation. Very awesome. And let's talk about the other cool system in this game, the pawn system. The pawn system is amazing. I love it. So the customization in this game is amazing. Not can you only just like customize your character, you can customize your pawn, and it's very detailed. So awesome. And you can pick the vocation for them too. Love it. Love it so much. And besides your own pawn, you can hire two other pawns that are player made. That is freaking awesome. So you can just, if you see someone else's pawn, you can pick them up, and a lot of time they may know stuff that you don't know, or what your pawn doesn't know, because you know the player who made that character found other stuff in the game, and their pawns can lead you to stuff. That's awesome. I love it so much. You know, the this game is just amazing in so many ways. This is why it is one of my top games of 2024. I don't care what anyone says. Gameplay, the the action combat is amazing. How you can climb, the enemies and stuff. Man, I can just say so much about this game, but I'm not going to keep this too long. All right, but that's one of my games of 2024. Now, this next game, a lot of people didn't think this game was real. That's understandable because we got the day before this year, and we all know about that game. So when people saw this game, kind of skeptical because it looked really good and the combat looked really cool. The game I'm talking about is Black Myth Wukong. What can I say about this game? Came out of nowhere. Developers came out of nowhere. Nobody knew who these developers were. All right, nobody knew who they were. There's a new developer trying to develop this ambitious, ambitious. This developer came out of nowhere trying to develop this very ambitious game. Sorry, I can't talk. That's just dyslexia come out. But anyways, you know what I mean. The game looked great. The combat looked cool. Man. And everybody thought this is just gonna be a boss rush game, which not really. Later in the game, this game really opens up. Now, the big focus in this game are the boss fights. And they can be very difficult. You know, I would say probably like on Dark Souls level. This isn't a Souls like at all. It's an action game first. I would say. It's no penalties that you lose when you can't beat a boss or anything, unlike Dark Souls or something like that. So, you know, amazing gameplay, has a story, kind of confusing, but if you're coming from Dark Souls, Elden Ring, something like that, those games really don't have a story in the forefront. You got to pay attention to what people are saying. You got to read stuff in the game to actually get the story in the game. This one, you can do a little bit of reading, but for the most part, the story is right there in your face, even though it's kind of confusing. I will say that, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people know the Wukong story, Journey to the Rest. You know, Dragon Ball Z kind of took a lot of inspiration from that. Goku is basically Wukong, if you didn't know. But man, I can keep talking about each of these games so much, but I'm not gonna keep you here forever. I'm not gonna have this video an hour long or whatever. So with that game, that's one of my favorite games of 2024. Now let's talk about my last game. Probably the game I have the most hours in, and that is Warhammer 40K Space Marines 2. Oh my god. I really didn't think I would like this game this much, but I do. I love this game so much. The game is just so amazing. It just takes you back to the old school days, like the early 2000s, the mid 2000s, 2010s games like Gears of War or something like that. You just play as a big old man killing stuff. And in this one, story mode, you play as Titus, which you play in the first one, but this takes place like, let me know in the comments. I can't remember, like 100, 300 years after the first one, which blows my mind. You know, how does Titus still look so young, so useful? Like, it just blows my mind. But with that said, it's a pretty good story. Now, I'm not gonna say it's gonna win any awards or anything, but it's a good story, you know. And like I said, in this one, you face Tyranids. First one, you face the orcs. This one's Tyranids. Don't know what Tyranids are. I probably have them on screen or something, but they're big, bug-looking creatures. They kind of remind me of the Xenomorphs from Aliens a lot. But this universe is so vast. If you don't know anything about the Warhammer universe, just look up a little tiny bit. This universe is wild. I just want to say I would not want to live in this universe at all. Okay, not at all. But the gameplay, you have story, you have operations, you have PvP mode, and the story and operations are the two fleshed out modes in this game. PvP has stuff to be desired from it, but you can tell it kind of is a ta- like those other games, like those old games where they focus like on the PvE stuff first, and they kind of tack on a PvP mode. That's kind of how this feels, but they are adding, new maps to it, new game modes to it, and everything. So they are trying to make the game mode better. Over time, I can see this being a more polished game mode, but let's talk about operations. Operations is what you're really going to be doing in this game to level up guns, level up characters, to get better gear and everything, to customize your character. Operation is where it's at. They're going to be adding more enemies, more operations, more maps, just more stuff in the future of this game. Now, I believe this isn't a live service, but it's kind of close. It, live service and games that kind of follow that format. I mean, it's kind of like a line, but it is what it is. But so much I can say about this game. I have so many hours in this game, and like I said, I just love the Warhammer universe. This is my first Warhammer game that I played, but since then I've played a few more Warhammer games, and I've learned a lot more about this universe. I just love it. Like, Necros are my favorite race in this game. Okay, Necros are freaking amazing. All right, but like I said, I'm not going to hold you up too long. So these are my honorable mention Throne of Liberty, Delta Force, Call of Duty, Black Ops 6. It's an honorable mention. That's one of my honorable mentions right there. And another honorable mention, Helldivers 2. Next game, Last Epoch. That's Power World, baby. Plenty of more games that I could mention, but like I said, I'm not gonna have this video an hour long or whatever. So that's it for the honorable mentions. And let me know what you think about the games I mentioned, and let's talk about all the games in the comments. Let's be civilized, respectful, and like I always say, I'll probably put more videos up here so you can watch reactions, whatever. I don't know what I'm going to put up, but like I always say at the end of the video, have a good day or night whenever you're watching this. Peace.